Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for being here. Shout out to clearly what is my section of Thank you for the support, guys. Like John, I was a little bit miffed at how I was going to present my book. But my mom always told me, if you don't know where to start, just start in the middle. So that's exactly what I've done. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of context. I don't want to give you too much because a lot has happened up until this point, and that's kind of the exciting part of the book. But basically, my main character is named Shame and is a bully victim and is viciously attacked at the beginning of the book and ends up in a coma. So when Shame wakes up, kind of wakes up to the horror of being completely scarred and maimed and not really sure where humanity lies at that point, and goes on, well, let me just start by saying the book is called In the Mind of Revenge. So goes on a revenge rampage, essentially, and then just decides the last little piece of humanity is a love interest from high school. It was the only person that was ever there, nice, sweet, so ends up traveling all the way from Texas to Baltimore in search of this woman. So basically, where we're meeting Shame is after a kidnapping by some gangsters after a bit of a kerfuffle and mistake. Just escaped and is now running away to a previous acquaintance who basically threatened that if Shame ever came back, they would call the cops and or kill Shame. So in a bad pickle right now. Oh, and just trigger warning, there's more profane language than even in John's, so just be aware of that. They say fortune favors the brave. What they fail to mention is what constitutes bravery. In my experience, stupidity and bravery go hand in hand. So really, fortune favors stupid. Luckily for me, I'm a stupid motherfucker. I decided to go to Shadow's shop. I know what you're thinking, but at the time I was more terrified of Cassie seeing me the way I was than of death. Somehow I had gotten to a hole-in-the-wall Chinese restaurant I recognized. Shadow had told me a story of how the owner thought she was a demon sent to test him. Apparently his daughter had gone into her shop and gotten a tattoo. Instead of taking ownership for her choices, the daughter claimed she had been possessed by Shadow, that she was from the underworld, and that was why she was called Shadow, obviously. Now, any person with half a brain would have called bullshit, but this guy was extremely superstitious. Anyway, he refused to serve Shadow any food afterward. She, of course, thought it was hilarious and went along with it. She told the guy if he didn't give her exactly what she ordered, she would start a plague in the city that would kill everyone in his family, except him, so he could watch them all die. Needless to say, he gave her everything she wanted free of charge. Thinking about that story made me miss that tall, sardonic bitch. Her shop was less than 3 blocks away. I started to get really fucking nervous, stomach cramps and everything. I mean, part of that could be attributed to getting the shit kicked out of me, but my nerves sure as shit weren't helping. I was about to turn the corner toward her shop when I heard sirens. I immediately froze. I knew running would be dumb, especially since they may not even be looking for me, but there was no way in hell staying in sight was smart. I looked fucked up, and there was a solid chance it was me they were looking for. Just when I was about to panic, someone grabbed my shoulder, jerked me back a few feet, spun me around, and hugged me hard. Between the previous night's events and my nervous stomach, I just kind of fell into it. By that point, I didn't even care. It was weird as fuck, but to be honest, it just felt good. I stupidly allowed myself to hope. It must be Margaret. She was the only person in the world who would ever have hugged me, especially in my state. I lingered for a few seconds, then whispered, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know they were looking for me. I'm so glad you're all right." "Well, gee, I'm glad you're all right too. Who was looking for you?" I did not recognize this voice. I did not know the person I was currently holding. Holy fuck. I pulled away swiftly and had to blink rapidly for several seconds to confirm this was a real person who hugged a random bloody stranger in the middle of a sidewalk in a dangerous city. Yep, definitely real. Whoa, who are you? I asked, trying not to sound too pissed, but failing miserably. "My name is Lee Wynn, but you can call me Juicebox. Who are you?" This kid voluntarily went by Juicebox. I could tell my day was going to get even more ridiculous, as if that were even possible. I'm Shame." "Ooh, a one-namer, eh? You must be one of those cold hard street people, like an underground rapper or drag racer. Oh, you're a street fighter, aren't you? That's why you're all bloody and whatnot. Am I right?" I couldn't even comprehend the slew of word vomit this kid was emitting. I was tired and definitely starting to feel the ass kicking I had sustained. At this point, it seemed best to just go with whatever the hell someone purposely going by juice box was saying. For all I knew, he was straight out of the loony bin. Sure, yeah, that's what happened. Why the fuck did you hug me? Where did you even come from? Dude, radical! I've never met anyone who did illegal fighting stuff. That's so sweet. I hugged you because it looked like you needed it. I mean, seriously, you were all frozen and stressed out. I always give out free hugs to whoever needs it. And I came from my house. My parents own a Chinese restaurant and we live above it. See, right there. He pointed to the building right next to us, the Chinese restaurant with the crazy owner. At least I could confirm Shadow wasn't lying about this family. They were a bunch of nut jobs. Oh yeah, cool. Thanks for the hug. Have a nice day or whatever. I turned around and started walking toward Shadow's shop. I really hoped I would never see that little twerp ever again. Way too much energy and pep for me. Just as I was about to cross the street, Juicebox hopped right in front of me like a weird little Chinese bunny. Hey, so I'm not doing anything today. My dad is like super into these religious meditation sessions. So into them, in fact, he sits in the same spot all day with his eyes closed. So I usually just kind of leave and do my own thing. I mean, I am 17 now, so it's time for me to start being a man. Because as soon as I'm 18, I'm Audi 5000. So gone. My family is crazy, and I just don't even want to be in the restaurant business. I mean, what I'm saying is, maybe you can teach me how to fight, you know, how to be a man for real. I mean, if you aren't doing anything. I felt exhausted just watching him speak. I'm not even sure he took a breath during that entire thing. The best I could manage was, no. Oh, okay, I see, because you're tired. I mean, you must be. It looks like you took some major heat. But you're still standing, so you must have won. And you're not even big. You're like me. I feel like we would probably have a lot in common. Hey, I have an idea. You can come up to my place, shower, borrow some of my clothes, and we can get breakfast or something. I mean, you can't really walk around the city looking like a zombie, and anyway, like I said, I'm not doing anything today. I'm totally free. I was starting to think this kid didn't need oxygen to survive like the rest of us. He seriously never appeared to breathe when he was talking. By the time he finished, I truly felt like I was going to collapse on the street. I had been constantly moving, and now that I had stopped long enough, my adrenaline was wearing off. I almost said yes just to shut him up and to be able to sit down, but I knew it was a horrible idea. Thanks for the offer, juice box, but I don't think it's a good idea for me to go inside your house, especially with your parents there. What? Don't even worry about them. My mom is running the restaurant today, and my dad is basically in a coma. Plus, you can access my room from the fire escape. You don't even have to go through the main part of the house. Damn it, this kid was not giving up. Well, what about your sister? It really doesn't seem like a good idea. I'm just gonna go my way now. Whoa, how did you know I have a sister? Are you like a mind reader? Shit, my mind was clearly incoherent. Juicebox didn't need to know I knew about his sister's demon-given tattoo. I didn't want to reveal more about myself other than my name. Let me guess, you just seemed like you have a sister. I never knew that about myself. You'll have to tell me over breakfast about what makes me seem that way, because I'd love to be able to tell when other people have sisters. Can you tell when people have brothers? Because that'd be sweet too. People would love that shit at a party. They'd be like, damn, juice box, you have powers and whatnot. And I'd be like, it's no big, that's just me, yo. Wow, if I could do that and fight, I'd have so many friends. And that's when I realized this kid wants to hang out with me so badly because he doesn't have anyone else to hang out with. And I'm guessing after he randomly hugged most strangers, they just pushed him off and ran the other direction. I had actually hugged him back. I suddenly didn't feel so annoyed by him. On top of that, I was pretty sure I was going to faint in the next 10 minutes if I didn't sit down. Okay, let's go to your place. But we can't stay long. I have somewhere to be. Sweet, okay, it's right over here. And that's how fortune favored me, and I became friends with a fucking juice box.